My brothers and sisters, may the Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John. Jesus said to the crowds, I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never hunger, and whoever believes in me will never thirst. But I told you that although you have seen me, you do not believe. Everything that the Father gives me will come to me, and I will not reject anyone who comes to me, because I came down from heaven not to do my own will, but the will of the one who had sent me. And this is the will of the one who sent me, that I should not lose anything of what he gave me, but that I should raise it on the last day. For this is the will of my Father, that everyone who sees the Son and believes in him may have eternal life, and I shall raise him on the last day. The Gospel of the Lord. I think today at least a portion of the psalm bears repeating, so I ask you to listen to the words of the psalm we just prayed a few minutes ago. Shout joyfully to God, all the earth. Sing praise to the glory of his name. Proclaim his glorious praise. Say to God, how tremendous are your deeds. Come and see the works of God, his tremendous deeds among the children of Adam. He has changed the sea into dry land. To the river they passed on foot. Therefore let us rejoice in him. He rules by his might forever. This psalm, of course, alludes to the whole Exodus event, which was a defining moment for the people of Israel. Remember that when they were finally freed from slavery in Egypt, from that point on, the kind of pivotal liturgical celebration, for lack of a better term, of the Israelite people was a celebration of the Passover, and today it is still the same. This is the way they remember and commemorate the care and concern God had for them. And their passing through the Red Sea became for them symbolic of their being freed from slavery and given a new life, to given a new place and way of thinking and acting. And the early church kind of picked up on that image and over again in different forms saw it as, in a sense, a kind of a sign, if you will, or prototype of what happened with Jesus for us through the event of crucifixion and resurrection. In the account of the transfiguration that we find in the Gospel of Luke, Jesus, in speaking to Moses and Elijah, tells them, I have to go to Jerusalem to have my exodus. And it becomes for him then in turn sort of the passing over from death into life. And then in turn, ever since then, every Christian sees that image, that representation of God through the redemption of Jesus taking place within our lives. We too cross through the waters. And of course for us, the waters are the waters of baptism. It is the means by which we are freed from not just slavery of a human nature, but slavery from sin. And as a result of that action, and as a result of God's grace, all of a sudden we have new life and new freedom. Sometimes we take it for granted what God has done for us. We tend to forget how phenomenal it is that God in his care for us over centuries would create an atmosphere within which he could once again call us back again to what the promise and pledge had been from the beginning, that we were part of a creation of a paradise. And it was only with Jesus, and in turn, as St. Paul realized in his writings, that we became again a new creation. And so today, as we come together again at this table, the place of our Passover, the place of our representation of being freed from sin, let us be mindful that the challenge, of course, is the same as it was for the Israelites. God forgives, God calls to new life, sometimes judges us, sometimes in turn offers some correction because we fail to follow the plan. But the Israelites and we in turn are asked to accept the challenge of living the life in such a way so as to not only be worthy of the freedom and the grace he has given us, but also assuring that it continues to stay with us.